several things here for you.
Okay.
A warrant out of Pima County Justice Court. Shoplifting, September 9th of this year, failing to appear on November the 20th. And because you're going to be held on other matters as well, I'm going to hold you a $100 bond on this matter. Which will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You're not to return to the incident location, no alcohol, illegal drugs, and Alexander Ball is appointed to represent you.
Okay.
I have permission to revoke your probation. Charges to go back to 2019. Allegations are that you failed to provide proof of counseling, didn't report the probation monitor, didn't pay the fees. I also have charges from 2020 for disorderly conduct, failing to appear in court. All right, we'll appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Bond is $750. If you post the bond, your court date is December the 29th at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you post the bond, you'll be seen on video on December the 9th at about 1:45. You're not to drive without a valid license. You're not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to have any contact with the victims of the disorderly conduct. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Ms. Boreal.
Thank you.
Denise.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Denise Farren.
Ms. Barron. Citation charging you with domestic violence disorderly conduct.
Yes.
Must have occurred earlier today. Your next court date is going to be December the 4th at 8:30 in the morning in the Green Valley Justice Court. Do you understand that you need to be present at that time?
Yes.
You're to commit no acts of domestic violence, and I would suggest that you start looking into obtaining substance abuse, behavioral health assessment, and following through on any recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Right? Thank you, Ms. Vera.
Brooklyn,
So I'm gonna make a revision, because I forgot that it was a permission to revoke, so I had to make it within 21 days for the applicant. Just so you know, I just, that's, all right.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are Ms. Quintana. Citation
Yes.
charging you with domestic violence assault, 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct, 1 count of domestic violence criminal damage, and 1 count of being a minor, having consumed alcohol. Your next court date is going to be January the 13th at 1:30 in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court. Conditions of release, standard conditions include that you violate no laws, that you appear at all court dates, and that you remain within the state of Arizona unless you receive permission of the court to leave the state. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Additional conditions, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no alcohol in your residence. You're not to go anywhere that alcohol is served or consumed. You're not to have any contact with Marissa Morales. You're not to go to her residence. If you have personal belongings there, you can go back once with law enforcement to get those personal belongings. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Cantata.
Thank you.
William,
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
William Wattis.
Mr. Watts, I've got a few things here for you. I have charges from November the 19th for possession of paraphernalia. Civils are not in default. Josh, civils are not in default. The arraignment date's December the 2nd.
Okay.
Your next court date on these matters is going to be on the 30th of December at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court. Do you understand that you need to be present?
Yes.
Conditions of the release will include no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, absolutely no contact with your mother. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You don't go back to within 3 blocks of your residence. You can go
Okay.
back there once with law enforcement to get your personal belongings if you have any there.
All right.
Substance abuse assessment and treatment. You understand that?
Yes.
If you need help with housing or treatment or anything else tonight, then I'd suggest you stop at the transition center, which is right outside the door of the jail.
What is the transition center?
It's a services center that's right outside the jail. There's actually a blue line that directs you to them. They can help you with finding what you need, services that you need.
Okay.
All right. You can also come to city court any Friday afternoon at 1:30 and go to the 6th floor. The community court where we have lots of service agencies there as well.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Joseph.
Evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Joseph Giles.
Mr. Giles, interim complaint charging with possession of paraphernalia, possession of dangerous drugs. Alleged to have occurred earlier today. We'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you on these charges. It does appear that you may be eligible to participate in a program called STEPS.
Okay,
The diversion program would require you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short period of time. If you choose to participate and successfully complete the program, these felony drug accusations would be dismissed prior to formal charging. Are you interested in exploring that?
yes, I am.
Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions, given that he's on release for similar charges out of Graham County?
No.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, your next hearing is going to be a steps hearing on December the 9th at 9 a.m. Bond is $500. If you post the bond, you'll be in a certificate of pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to comply with steps. You also need to contact Graham County regarding your pending matter there, and I've put the case number on.
Okay,
And no contact with your co-defendant except through legal counsel. Preliminary hearing date will remain at December the 10th at 1:30. And I'd suggest that other than the course of treatment, you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Giles. Good evening, I'm Judge Fed, and you, sir, are
I think Caesar Lowe.
Mr. Lowe, in a plain charging 2 counts of possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of dangerous drug for sale, possession of paraphernalia, possession of a firearm, possession of a defaced weapon, and weapons misconduct. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Has parole placed a hold? No. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right, preliminary hearing date will be December the 10th at 1:30. Bond will be set at $7,500. If you post the bond, you'll be in a supervision of pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment is available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. Thank you, Mr. Lowe.
Am I good?
Good evening, I'm Judge Shayette. Do we have multiple defendants in the courtroom at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is addressed to everyone in the courtroom. I'm Judge Shayette. This is the time set for initial appearances. It's the time for you to be formally advised of charges against you, for me to set conditions of release in your next court date. It is not the time to talk about facts of cases. In fact, I'd strongly suggest that you not discuss facts of these cases with anyone except your attorney, and then when no other people are present. Time, as I said, for you to be formally advised of charges and for me to set conditions of release. Standard conditions of release will always include that you violate no laws, that you remain within the state of Arizona, that you appear at all court dates. There may be additional conditions based on your history, your circumstances, and the events that occurred. Mr. Casillas. I have an interim complaint here charging you with domestic violence, aggravated assault, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Alleged occurred, looks like yesterday. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard on conditions.
Nothing further, Judge, from the state. We simply want to urge the safety to the community. Thank you.
Judge, we'd ask that you consider the following factors in making your decision on bond. The victim in this case doesn't object to his release. He does not live with the victim. He has verified housing and employment. He's only scoring a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix with a level 2 on the failure to appear scale. So we'd ask you consider all that when making your decision.
Preliminary hearing date will be December the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Bond will be set at $25,000. If you post the bond, you'll be in a subscription of pretrial services. Beginning right this moment, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons. That includes simulated weapons, non-lethal weapons, paintball, pepperball, anything like that. No contact with Cassandra Baltazar or her family. You're not to return to the incident location or Ms. Baltazar's residence or workplace. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment is available while you're in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. Other than the course of those assessments and treatment, I would suggest that you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Casillas. Good evening. You are correct position.
That's affirmative.
Vanilla.
Copy, thank you.
Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard further argument conditions.
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
No, Judge, but I believe she is steps eligible.
Finished 882. Go ahead.
What your attorney is referring to is that you're eligible for screening for a
Affirmative.
diversion program called STEPS. I think you may be familiar with it because I think that's the status of your other matter.
Paramedic 122's arrived at Northwest.
Issue is you participate in the treatment, you comply, and the charges may be dismissed without formal charging. Did you want
Plate, William Young.
to see if you can do that this time?
Sure. Yes, please.
All right, STEPS hearing will be December the 9th at 9 a.m. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
No, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right, preliminary hearing date is going to be December the 10th. Bond will be $1,000. The state could have asked that you be held without bond because you're on release. You'll be in a substitution of pretrial services if you post that bond. Again, no alcohol, illegal drugs, and you need to comply with STEPS. Then I have misdemeanor files for you. I have charges here from, looks like December 19th of 2022 for shoplifting at the Kohl's on Pantano. And multiple failures to appear most recently on November the 14th of this year. And charges from November the 4th for possession of paraphernalia, failing to appear in court. Your next court date on these would be December the 19th at 9 a.m. You'll be released on these charges, but the City Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you because you are being held in custody on other matters. Once you're out of custody, they're likely to withdraw. If you are still in custody on December the 19th, then they will handle it and communicate with you. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. You're not returned to polls, and you need to comply with STEPS. Thank you, Ms. Cunningham. We have an complaint charging possession of dangerous drugs and possession of paraphernalia. I'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. You're going to be held without bond because you're on release on other matters. No bond hearing will be December the 5th at 2:30 p.m. Preliminary hearing date is set for December the 10th at 1:30. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't drive without a valid license. We also have related misdemeanor charges. Driving under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs, driving on a suspended license, civil charges for no insurance, no current registration, and failing to obey a traffic control device. Your next court date on these is going to be December the 30th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll be released on these charges because of the felony hold. No alcohol, illegal drugs. No driving without a valid license. And again, I'd suggest not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. Now, you do have 2 sets of attorneys. Maybe more, given your pending felony. But you need to appear in Tucson City Court, regardless of what your felony attorneys tell you. Do you understand that? Right. Thank you, Mr. DeFelice.
Thank you.
Judge, was the city PD appointed then?
Yeah.
Okay, and then can you give me the time, please, of the hearing?
2 o'clock. December the 30th.
Larry.
Denny? Is your hand? Oh, sir.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Larry Denny.
Mr. Denny, interim complaint charging you with secondary burglary, alleged to occur on the 6th of October. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on convictions?
Nothing further, Judge.
Yes, Judge. We'd ask when you make your decision, you consider several factors. He does have, although it's not been verified, he does have housing with his wife and his mother-in-law and their children. While he is on probation, he's been on probation since 2015, and it was extended in 2021 for restitution and solely for restitution. So he does have once a month check-ins with that. He is working full-time. He's only scoring a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix. It's a nonviolent offense, and he doesn't have an active NVCA flag with a 2 on both of the scales.
Preliminary hearing date will be December the 10th at 1:30. Bond will be $2,500. If you post the bond, you'll be distributed to pretrial services. You're not to have contact with the alleged victims. You're not to return to the incident location or any metal recycling or purchasing establishments. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Denny.
Thank you. James.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shea, and you are?
Jamie Grant.
Ms. Graham, I have an interim complaint here charging you with possession of dangerous drugs and possession of paraphernalia. And did we want PD on this or do we want LD? Because she's co-defendant. All right. It appears that you may be eligible for a diversion program called STEPS. Requires you to participate in a treatment plan specific for your needs for a period of time. If you successfully complete it, then charges are dismissed without being formally charged. Did you want to look into that program?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Then your STEPS hearing will be December the 9th at 9 o'clock in the morning, Pima County Superior Court. And did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
I hold the co-defendant.
And Judge, when you consider your bond amount, if you're inclined for a bond, we'd ask that you consider that she does have someone she cares for medically.
Did you find it? Yeah, Giles. Thanks. STEPS hearing is December the 9th at 9 a.m. Preliminary hearing date is December the 10th at 1:30. Bond is $500. If you post the bond, you'll be distributed of pretrial services. Contact either co-defendant except through legal counsel. You need to contact Graham County regarding the arraignment that's set for December the 10th. And I've put the case number on your paperwork, and you need to comply with STEPS. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. LD, because PD, co-defendant has PD.
Don't have my ear.
You are.
Cheryl. Yep.
Ms. Hefner, interim complaint charging with aggravated harassment alleged to have occurred earlier today. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. And did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Judge, we simply want to reiterate that any conditions of release should include no victim contact. Thank you.
Yes, Judge, we'd ask you to consider release to pretrial services. She does have verified housing, employment, and support with her husband. She doesn't have any felony or misdemeanor convictions. She doesn't have an active NVCA flag. This is considered a nonviolent offense. She's a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix, and she is 80 years old. So we're asking you to give her a chance on pretrial.
A little bit of concern because of the proximity of her residence to the victim's residence. But I will set a preliminary hearing date for December the 22nd at 1:30 and release her to third-party custody pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact with the alleged victims. You're not to go to the alleged victim's residence or workplace. You need to comply with all court orders, including the injunction against harassment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Hefner.
What are you doing? Oh.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
So go ahead and give your name.
Yes, ma'am. It's Eliasad Robert Hajan.
Mr. Hodgson, I have quite a number of things here for you. I have a warrant out of Pima County Superior Court charging you with theft and 2 counts of shoplifting alleged to occur on August the 23rd, another count of shoplifting alleged to occur on August the 29th, and 2 more on August the 31st. On this matter, we'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Set an arraignment date for December the 8th at 1:30, and did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Nothing further, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right, bond on this matter will be $1,000. If you post the bond, you'll be distributed to pretrial services. You're not to go to any of the incident locations. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I have warrants out of South Tucson. I have charges from September the 30th for theft, shoplifting, criminal trespass, and possession of paraphernalia. Alleged to occur on September the 30th. Looks like you're supposed to report on October the 17th. And also charges from September the 27th for shoplifting, 2 sets.
So that's separate than the $1,000 bond. So she can.
These are misdemeanor charges out of South Tucson City Court. We'll appoint Michael Vaughn to represent you on these charges. Again, you're not to go to those incident locations, possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. Bond on this matter will be $250 in cash. Your court date will be 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then I have warrants out of Pima County Justice Court. Shoplifting on August the 8th, or October the 8th, excuse me, failing to appear on November the 17th. And additional charges of shoplifting. From June the 13th, failure to appear on July the 10th. We'll appoint William Parvin to represent you on these matters. Bond will be $500. Again, you don't go back to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And again, your court date will be tomorrow. Then I have a stack of files out of Tucson City Court. Current charges for shoplifting and possession of paraphernalia. These are alleged to have occurred today at 3910 East 22nd Street. Charges from September the 22nd. Shoplifting, possession of paraphernalia at 1300 North Oracle. Looks like you're supposed to be in court on October the 31st. Looks like public defender's office has been appointed on some of these matters. Previously, also charges of shoplifting from August the 18th. 194 West Valencia. Criminal trespass at 1300 North Oracle on June the 24th. Criminal trespass at 3306 North First on June the 5th. Driving under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs. Alleged to have occurred on or about November 12th of last year. Along with failures to appear in court. Charges from September 24th of this year for shoplifting 920 East Tucson Marketplace, the QT. Criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia. And again, not making it to court. We'll set a $500 bond on these. You're not to return to these incident locations or at any QTs. No alcohol or drugs. You're not to drive without a valid license. If you're out of custody, your court date's December the 22nd at 9:30. If you're still in custody, there's a video review set for for December the 9th, a week from Tuesday. Based on the status of your felony matter, my guess is your attorney's probably just going to continue that matter. You're facing 15 roughly shoplifting charges between misdemeanors and felonies. Thank you, Mr. Hodgson.
Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Good evening. I'm Judge Hayden, sir.
Majestic Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, in a complaint charging you with domestic violence, aggravated assault, impeding breathing, 2 count, 1 count of domestic violence, kidnapping. Alleged to have occurred yesterday. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
Yes, Judge. In making your determination, we're asking that you consider that he does not live with the victim. The victim does not object to his release, and he does have verified housing and support with his aunt. and he's currently unemployed, so we'd ask you to take his financial situation into consideration.
I will take that into consideration. I also take into consideration that he went off parole the day before this is alleged to have occurred. Preliminary hearing dates, December the 10th at 1:30. Bond is $50,000. The bond is posted. It'll be in a superintendent of pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no acts of domestic violence. Beginning right this moment, no contact with Melissa Perron or Stephanie Moreno. You don't go near their residence or workplace. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment is available while you're in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. Other than in the course of that assessment and treatment, I would suggest you not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. I also have charges here that go back to April of 2022. Reckless driving, failing to notify on striking a fixture, and a civil that is in default. Will appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on this matter. We'll set this for a non-transport review on December the 19th at 9 a.m. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. If you're in custody, your attorney, the City Public Defender, will handle the matter, keep you informed of the status. Right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Would you be held on that matter or released?
No, it's a non-transport review. He's released on that matter.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Ben Rodriguez Torres.
I have an interim complaint here charging with misconduct involving weapons. Will appoint Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. And did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Nothing further, Judge.
Judge, we're asking you to release him to pretrial services. He does have, although this hasn't been verified, he does have housing with his aunt. He doesn't have any felony or misdemeanor priors. He doesn't have an active NBC flag.
Well, we don't know what he's got because we've got some issues with the system apparently.
Well, Judge, he's only 18. So we're asking you, give him a chance on pretrial.
All right, preliminary hearing date is going to be December the 22nd at 1:30. In addition to the standard conditions of release, including remaining in the state of Arizona, violating no laws, and appearing at all court dates. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. No contact with any potential co-defendants except through legal counsel. You're not to go back to the incident location. There's to be no firearms in your residence or vehicles or in your presence. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez Torres.
Hello.
Good evening, I'm Judge Tate, and you, sir.
He gave you stuff.
Mr. Soto, I have several things here for you. And my concern is your past failures to appear in court. So if you're given a court date, do I have to worry about you not showing up in court again?
No, ma'am.
All right, I have an interim complaint here charging you with possession of paraphernalia, alleged occurred earlier today. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on this charge. It appears that you may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS. Requires you to participate in a treatment plan that's designed for you. Successfully complete the program, the charges are dismissed before they're formally charged. Did you want to participate in that program?
Yeah.
And time rate waived for preliminary hearing counsel?
Yes.
Your next court date is going to be December the 9th at 9 a.m. That's a week from Tuesday. Pima County Superior Court. You'll be released to pretrial services. You need to comply with them, including no alcohol or illegal drugs. Preliminary hearing date right now is set for January the 14th at 1:30. You're not to go to any Circle K store. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your
I also have a warrant out of Virginia with possession of paraphernalia on September the 1st, failing to appear on October the 14th. Your next court date on that is going to be December the 31st at 10 o'clock in the morning in Marana Municipal Court. Do you understand you need to be present at that time?
Yeah.
And you need to comply with steps, and again, no alcohol. or inebriations. And then we have charges out of Tucson City Court. For soliciting from a median on September the 10th. Your next court date on this matter is December the 29th at 9:30 in the morning in the Tucson City Court downtown. Your attorney on your felony matter does not represent you on this matter or the Marana matter. If your attorney says you don't need to come to court, you still need to be in Tucson City Court on December 29th and in Marana City Court on December 31st. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And again, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't go back to the vicinity of Stone and River. You need to comply with steps. Thank you, Mr. Soto.
Thank you.
And that's all I've got.
Great, thank you. Good night.